you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit.
Hey y'all, hey, what's happening? What's up? What's going on? We are back again. You are tuning in to none other than the Sensual Eccentric Sensual Eccentric podcast, tongue twister, right here on the Intellectual Soapbox Network channel. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. And I didn't change my topic at the last minute today. So yay me, because that happens from time to time. I'm so excited. I've been excited all day. And then right before it was time to go live, I got a little bit nervous. So I guess my excitement has turned to nervousness, but it's going to be a great show. We are at episode 16. Can y'all believe it? Oh my gosh. Thank you to everyone that is going to catch the live broadcasting. Thank you to everyone that is going to watch the rewind. I appreciate you guys so much. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a family member to tell a family member, tell a coworker to tell a coworker. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what you waiting on? Do that. Don't y'all want to see more of me and know what I'm up to and what I'm about to be doing? Look, it's been a journey, y'all, and we have such a long ways to go. So, as I often say, stay on the train, stay on the bus, don't get off. Nobody is going to miss their stop, okay? We are in for a ride, so sit back, enjoy the ride. Feel free to comment. Feel free to come up and join and share your thoughts. Because we do that here. Yes, you are welcome to join me live on screen. Camera on is optional. You don't have to show your face, but I like talking to y'all personally, if you will. So let's get into it. This week's topic is it may be a popular one. It may be a bit complicated due to the nature of the topic. And that excites me even more. So one of my favorite movies is What's Love Got to Do with It? I love that movie so much. The actors and actresses, the cast was phenomenal. It was amazing. Now, I have mentioned before that I'm a lover's lover. I am very much so a lover girl. But lately, I have been feeling like, and trying to think, is this the first time that I've ever felt this way in my life? But I'm kind of feeling like fuck love. I know. Oh my gosh, because love is such a beautiful thing, right? But the topic, what's love got to do with it? Now, there's a subpart to the topic, the yin and the yang. So it's like the opposite ends of what love has to do with it. We might get into all of that today. We may not, because guess what, y'all? I did a little preparation. Well, not little, but I did some preparation because I try not to use that word little. Nothing is little if it's meaningful. That's my philosophy. But I did some preparations, and look, it went deep. I did not want to fall into the rabbit hole. I wanted to keep it a little bit simple because this can get very complicated. But we're going to be dealing with what's love got to do with it. So, when the first thing I think about, like when this topic came to me, is like, what's love got to do with it? I used to fall under the umbrella that love has everything to do with it. And what is it? It can be life, it can be family, it can relate to relationships, it can refer to children. What's love got to do with it? I think for the sake of time, we're just going to stick to relationships. Particularly, I believe we gonna be in the romance department. What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with romance and relationships? Well, so in my preparations, I took notes, y'all. Tina Turner. I don't know if she is the original. Well, I don't know who wrote the song. I did not research what year her version of the song came out in. But Tina Turner said, "What's love got to do with it?" Usher said, "You don't have to call." And after that, he said, "It's okay talking to a girl because I'm going to be all right tonight." Now, I'm saying this because this is kind of like breakup songs, get your shit together songs, take your power back songs, rise above the bullshit songs. Like, so here we go. Yeah, yeah. The bus is in gear. We pulling off. We about to be rolling. Tina Turner said, "What's love got to do with it?" Usher said, "You don't have to call. It's okay because I'm going to be all right tonight." Keisha Cole said, "I should have let you go." My thing is, if you should have, well, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Why didn't you? It's a lot of reasons why we don't let people go, right? Moving right along. Dun 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 dun. Fantasia said, "Oh my gosh." Now this one, it got me. Fantasia said, "If you don't want me, then don't talk to me." Just breathe for a second. Let that sink in. Because sometimes, we be in relationships and people are not calling, even before it's a committed relationship. And we be asking people, "Well, why you ain't call me? And ain't nobody too busy to da da da." And we all know that people make time for what's important to them. So, with that being the case, if somebody is not consistently calling, what they mean? I'm just saying. Tasia also said, well, in the "If you don't want me, then don't talk to me." The second part of those lyrics were, "Go ahead and free yourself." So these people that don't talk to us, they freeing themselves from what perhaps maybe the responsibility of um connection, perhaps the responsibility of commitment, perhaps the responsibility of maturity. They freeing themselves. But in them freeing themselves, they also free us because they show us that they're not interested or they just not willing. Not that they aren't capable, but they are not willing to do what is necessary. Okay, stick with me, y'all. Tasia also said, sometimes you have to lose to win again. And I thought about that and I was like, we can win in love, but there are times when shit don't work out and we have to lose that in order to win again, to get, I don't know if I want to say the next love or the right love, depend on what your uh perception or perspective is. But nonetheless, sometimes you gotta lose to win again. Cause hopefully we done won in love before. Uh do 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 do. I got notes, y'all. Sierra got a song that said, and this was like a club song, like Usher. She said, I'm out. Sometimes you just got to get out. Whether you get out, whether you go out, just get out. And none other than Miss Mary J. Blige. Goodness, can y'all guess what song? Get Your Shit Together, Heartbreak, Take Your Power Back, Heal Your Broken Heart song that I'm going to mention from Miss Mary J. Blige. Oh, Miss Mary said, no more drama. Look, I may be a little dramatic this evening during this broadcasting, but look, Mary said, no more drama in my life. Y'all ever felt like that before when it comes to love and relationships? Ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't gonna even go into the, she hit the no more pain, tired of hurting, tired of you playing games, messing with my mind. Yeah. I told y'all I was gonna be a little bit dramatic. Y'all get the point. What else? Do. Okay, so I want y'all to listen now. Hear me and hear me well. I was thinking about Mary J. Blige's song, No More Drama. And not only that, but where I am personally in my life is outside of me struggling with fuck love. It may not be so much as fuck love, but it's more so of fuck attachments. Let that sink in for a minute. I don't believe that it's the love that messes us up, but attachments. When you think about things being attached, think about like if you got y'all know how Velcro sticks to things, it's attached. Or if you glue something together, how bonded it is. And if you have to unbind that or detach that, I don't know what that goes through physically or scientifically or biologically with those what's the word I'm looking for, with those components. But if you can just wrap your head around ripping something apart, in relation to our heart and our mind, that hurts. Something that was bonded, that was attached. Now you gotta completely like break it apart. What? That hurts. It it's already stuck. Why are we unsticking it? Why are we untaching it? So it's the attachments that makes the ending of a relationship so painful. So when I go back to what's love got to do with it, I think about Tina Turner and attachments, and it's just little sidebars for right now. Um, from me watching the movie, I remember Tina started practicing a religion called Buddhism. There's only one thing I know about Buddhism, and I learned this from somebody that was a practicing Buddhist. They really do teach against having attachments. That attachments are not healthy. So when I think about Auntie Tina, and when she made this song, I don't know how soon after she started practicing that this song, she birthed this song, if she's the original writer and singer, but just me piecing pieces together. I think about what's love got to do with it. Perhaps love doesn't have anything to do with it. Now when I say it, remember, I'm talking about romantic relationships. Love has nothing to do with romantic relationships. These are just my thoughts. I remember a movie I watched, Fences, with Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. And there was this really, really powerful part in the movie where he was talking to his son. And he said, it was something going on really, really deep. And he was like, I think he asked him, did he love him or something like that? And he said, he was telling his son, teaching him a life lesson. And this stuck with me. He was like, people don't have to love you. People don't even have to like you. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember verbatim. But what he said was, in more words or less, that people just have to do right by you. That as long as people are doing right by you, you cool. To me, that's a sign of respect. A lot of times in life, we want to be loved, we want to be liked, we want to be appreciated. But what is that really if we're not being treated properly? If we're not being giving the basic needs of human interaction, so to speak. Think about attachments. Attachments lead to disappointments. And that's what becomes so hurtful when you have to detach or unbind yourself from a partner or a lover or a spouse. I may pause from time to time. I do that. Anywho, when we bind ourselves with people, when we attach ourselves to people, the attachment comes from several different things. Spending time together, that intimacy. More often, it definitely comes from, and I don't think enough people are aware of this, but the physical intercourse. I was thinking about this when I was preparing for the broadcasting and everything. And there are people that got their 3-month rule and their 6-month rule and all of that. And when I got into the scientific definition of what love is, I said, you know what? Even though I knew from experience that it is a great idea to abstain from having physical intercourse when you're getting to know people, when you're dating, when you're in a relationship, because as we are going to learn, hopefully we're going to be enlightened. Love may not even be real, y'all. So much to unpack and unfold. Going back to the Tina Turner, the song lyrics. They begin, she says, you must understand, though the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. I'm gonna go to my notes. So because I want to get these lyrics right. Okay. Though you must understand, the pulse of your hand makes my pulse react. She said that it's only a thrill. Boy meeting a girl, opposites attract. It's physical. Auntie Tina was telling us that it's natural for you to feel a certain kind of way when somebody that you are attracted to touches you or y'all spend time together and all of that. Then she started teaching. Check this out. She said, you must look, Auntie Tina helped me get my life with this right here. She said, you must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? I'm just let this sink in. I don't even think I'm going to touch on that right now. There's another part of the song. She says, what's love but a second-hand emotion? Now check this out, y'all. That tripped me out. Secondhand. How many people don't like secondhand stuff? A lot of people don't like leftovers. We don't want to go to the secondhand store. We don't want hand-me-downs because that's secondhand. We like fresh stuff, brand new stuff. She said love ain't nothing but a secondhand emotion. What? Are you kidding me? What is the first-hand emotion? We're going to get into that because I believe from the definition that I looked up of the scientific portion of it, that the first-hand emotion is the lust and the initial attraction that we feel to somebody. Miss Tina said, who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? When I heard that, I thought about, her saying, perhaps, who needs emotions when emotions are going to make you sad? You feel me? Like, who want to deal with that? Why we got to be attached? Why we just can't have mutual respect for one another and do right by one another? What's love got to do with it? Why we got to be in love? Like, I took it a little personal, y'all, because currently in my life, I am in the process of detaching from someone, a romantic relationship. As I have so many times in my life, several times. But this particular time for me is so different because the bond and the attachment that I was mentioning was different. It was a bond. I've never had a bond this deep with anybody. I've never had an attachment like this to anyone. So the detaching and the unbinding is literally kind of like ripping my freaking soul out of my body. We gonna get into the scientific definition of what love is. Um, I looked up two different, or no, I asked because Gemini. I asked Gemini two different ways. The first way I had asked Gemini, the question was, "What is love scientifically?" And this is what Gemini said to me. Scientifically, love is a complex three-stage process of lust, attraction, and attachment. I'm going to add not in that order because I don't think it has to go in that order. That's me. That wasn't Gemini. Um, but it's a complex three-stage process of love, attraction, and attachment driven by hormones and neurotransmitters. Hormones, y'all. That so literally we just horny as fuck. And those hormones are sending signals to our brain, making us happy and yada 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 yada. The bus gonna go a little bit faster. Stay on the bus, stay on the train, y'all. We riding, we rolling. The neurotransmitters are dopamine, oxytocin, norepinephrine, and they act as a survival-driven motivation to form social bonds. Think about that. A survival-driven motivation. This what it's doing. To form social bonds, activating reward systems. So they give us rewards, make us feel good. And it says that they activate reward systems that are similar to euphoria inducing substances. Now, when I went into the rabbit hole a little bit deeper, guess what substances they mentioned these neurotransmitters make us feel like? They said it is the equivalency to how cocaine and alcohol make people feel. Yeah, y'all heard me right. Say what? Come again? I'm going to repeat that. It acts as a survival-driven motivation to form social bonds, activating reward systems similar to euphoria, like euphoria substance inducing substances such as alcohol and cocaine. Now, I've never tried cocaine. I don't know if that's neither here nor there, but I have indulged in some alcohol. This gonna get real deep, y'all. I know how alcohol makes me feel. My beginning stages when I'm drinking, I get relaxed. It can make me calm. So sometimes, when I want to be calm or when I want to relax, you get a glass of wine. It's like you breathe easily. Scientifically, that's what dopamine and its norepinephrine and oxytocin does. Now, if y'all think about these words, don't these words sound like drugs and medicine that they give people for stuff? I looked at that and I was like, love make you sick. Oxytocin sound a whole lot like Oxycontin. I'm just saying. Call me crazy if you want to. I, I don't mind. Um, Dopamine, that's what do they call heroin? They call heroin dope. Well, they call a lot of different things dope. And then norepinephrine. There's a drug that's similar, sounds similar to that too. I hope y'all following me. This ain't no complicated train ride. I try to keep it as simple as possible, y'all. But this is what love is scientifically. This is the scientific definition of love. Now, I also asked Gemini a different way. My second way I asked was, how do you explain love scientifically? Here's what Gemini had to say. It says scientifically, love is a complex. Now they keep saying complex. Why is it so freaking complicated? Like, what the hell? Love is a complex, multi-stage brain phenomenon. They said phenomenon, y'all. But they call it, they said a brain phenomenon involving cocktails. Now, it was interesting to me that they said cocktails because the other definition said that it gives you this euphoria, the same euphoria that cocaine and alcohol does. So the cocktails are the neurochemical reward systems and evolutionary mechanisms which are designed to promote mating. Y'all know what mating is. I want to be ghetto and say fucking so bad, but it just came out. Having sex. Attachments and species survival. When I hear that, all that sounds like to me is the scientific definition of love is a high that is used for you to have great sex and gives you attachments and helps you to bond with people. Is bonding really, really necessary though? Depends on what kind of bonding you're talking about. Thank you to all the people that are chiming in. I appreciate y'all so much. There's a second part of this, the definition. It says it acts, and if anybody wants to join the panel and come up and share some experiences or talk about these definitions or have anything to say about the topic subject matter at all, please do so. Because what's love got to do with it? You tell me, okay? Let's share together. But it also says it acts as a powerful motivator similar to hunger, driven by, again, dopamine, oxytocin, norepinephrine, to create intense pleasure. There it is again. So we can have better sex. Got these chemicals and these signals going to your brain just so when we mate, it feels better. That goes back, kind of sounds like to me, what's love got to do with it? Nothing. It's just a chemical high, a brain high, so we can have better sex, so we can produce children. But it sounds like it's not real. It gets even better, y'all. Gets even better. Hold on to your seats, because I might make a sharp turn. The bus might be going a little bit faster. It says to create intensive pleasure, attachment, and protective behaviors. I heard that and I thought about, or I read that and I thought about, no wonder you got immature females. And I say immature because we all know the more you know, the more you grow. And at this stage of my life, experiencing what I'm experiencing, detaching and unbinding myself, and me dealing with the whole fuck love, or the idea of fuck love, that it's not necessary. As long as a person cares for me and respects me, I'm good. I don't mind loving you, but I don't think I ever want to be in love again. But when I read the second part of that definition that says, um, it's driven, it's a powerful motivator, similar to hunger, driven by the dopamine and norepinephrine and the oxytocin. I said, no wonder females be digmatized and men be pussy whipped because you on drugs. You on this chemical brain high that got you feeling so good. Coming to me right now, Tony Braxton's song, You're Making Me High. Oh, look, revelations are a mother. Do you hear me? So let me think about Tony's song real quick, because this just came to me right now. Tony said, "Oh, I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You make my temperature rise." All of that with the riffs. You're making me high. She wasn't lying. Those are not just words. The scientific definitions is clearly saying that that's what these chemical reactions, how they make us feel. Mm, mm, mm. Somebody gonna get set free today. Somebody gonna get helped, even if that somebody is just me, and I am so okay with that. Like, help me get my life. Going deeper into the rabbit hole, it said the fit. Oh gosh, I knew I was gonna have a hard time or difficult time saying this word. I practiced though, and I had it right when I was practicing. The physiological response often feels and is compared or similar to madness. Y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know what they saying? That when you in love, it's like being crazy. Say what now? Is that why Beyonce said, got me looking so crazy right now? Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Like, oh my gosh. Another thing that just, I guess, randomly popped into my head. And funny enough, I'm probably going to listen to a lot of these songs when this broadcasting is over with. But I love these songs. I'm a jam to some Beyonce when we done. But one of my favorite parts of the song is, I don't know if you call it the bridge, but before the end, she changes the tempo and it says, got me looking so crazy, my baby. I can't help myself. I'm foolish. I don't do this. What else she say? A whole other stuff. I'm blaming myself. Something, baby. Your love's got the best of me and you making a fool of me. You got me sprung and I don't care who sees because you got me. Yeah, you got me. I done been got a lot of times by love. So I've been mad. I've been crazy. That's what scientifically, that's what it says. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It says it pushes individuals to step outside their comfort zones, sacrificing for a partner through deep connection, and emotional dependence. I can't do nothing but shake my head because the physiological response is similar to madness. Now, this is what Gemini said. Now, I looked up a lot of things came from the Harvard University and people that have wrote articles and things like that. So that's those are the backgrounds. But it pushes you because when you mad, when you out of your mind, crazy. Y'all know how we feel about crazy people, right? Crazy people can't be trusted. They not in their right mind. We tell people that we think is crazy or not in their right mind, they need to get some help, talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor. So if we in love, according to what these definitions, these scientific definitions are explaining, don't we need help? And we out of our mind if we're in love? Don't we need to seek professional help, get some therapy because something ain't right? Because it pushes us past our comfort zone. Sacrificing. Now, I said in another broadcast, I don't believe in sacrificing. We're not supposed to. That may take us off subject, so I'm not going to go there. But why are we sacrificing? Shouldn't we just be getting along? Shouldn't we be compatible? And where you're compatible, there's nothing to sacrifice for or with. Just my philosophy and my opinion. You know, I'm just saying. Through deep connection and emotional dependence. Dependence, y'all. Dependence. The physiological response to love makes us emotionally dependent. That's why we want to hear from the person all the time. Why you ain't calling me? Usher said you ain't got to call. Remember that? I mentioned that in the beginning. We have all said a time or two, most of us, I'm not going to say all, but it's a very common thing amongst people in society that being dependent on anybody other than yourself is not a good thing. And sometimes we let ourselves down. That's real talk. So if we let ourselves down, whether we try to or not, because shit happens, that's just, the circle of life. Someone else is definitely going to let us down. You can't get around it. It would be better not to be emotionally attached or emotionally dependent, so we won't be disappointed and let down. That's what the definitions say. Madness is crazy. Then to top it all off, it said, in essence, scientific views love. No, science. My bad, y'all. In essence, science views love not just as an emotion. That's all it is. It's an emotion, something you feel because of the stuff that's going on in your brain, but also as a biological drive that rewards bonding and ensures survival. My. I see you comment, hey, love, it's good to see you. I am so happy to have you here. To see you once again. Thank you to everybody that is here, whether y'all have been here from the beginning or, leave and stayed. There go another. What's up? I can't read y'all comments, but hello, hello, hello. If y'all want to pop up for a few minutes, please do that. Cause of I want to hear your perspective. Your perspective of what's love got to do with it. I just gave these scientific definitions. Me personally, at one point in my life, love had everything to do with romantic relationships and bonding. And now it's just like it ain't got nothing to do with it because it's a drug. It's madness. It makes you crazy. You got like this is wow, y'all. Like poof, mind blowing. I started off with this topic feeling one way, thinking it was going to go one way. And then after these scientific discoveries that I read, I was like, I can't do nothing but shake my head because it's baffling to me. Excuse me. Little bit of residue from my cold last week. But it behooves me that we can be so wrapped up in somebody romantically and not understand that all it is an extra dose of dopamine. When I was going down the rabbit hole, and I hope I state this correctly, it says something about, it called it a crisis. Like when we're having these feelings, like our brain goes through a crisis. Like, y'all can look this up for yourself, seriously. And when our brain is in crisis, if I'm not mistaken, it says the serotonin levels decrease and it makes up for it with the dopamine levels to make us feel a certain kind of way. So that's right there saying our brain telling us, hey, you getting sick, you need to get well. It reminds me of and I shouldn't be joking about this, but the commercial from back in the day. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? They need to do a commercial like that for love. This is love. This is your brain in love. Any questions? Because sick in the head. That's why when we have to detach, well, a lot of people, and I will definitely personally speak for myself. When I have to detach, I really do feel sick. It hurts so bad. And going back to, these chemicals creating euphoria feelings, the same as what cocaine and alcohol, how that makes you feel, it's it's mind-boggling to me. Like seriously, it behooves me because when I break up with somebody, guess what? I drink more. No lie, real talk. To be a little personal and share a little bit of information, like me in the process right now in my life from detaching from, and I'm gonna say this two different ways. And if y'all have been here from the start or and call out all the details, y'all will know where I'm coming from. Me having to detach, I've drank more. This has been the biggest attachment, which I can say, uh, scientific, the biggest dopamine rush I've ever had in my life. And when I tell y'all that shit felt good, baby, mm, there is so much to say there. It felt so good. There were times that I did feel high. I was floating in another galaxy, outer space. I'm reminded of when I went down a rabbit hole, something else that happened. They were talking about a study that was conducted with fruit flies. And it said that male fruit flies, when they were rejected, drank 4 times more alcohol than the male fruit flies that were able to mate with a female fruit fly. Now that's a whole nother drunken love. But it said same effects, different avenues to getting there. And it tripped me out because me detaching, I'm going to say not being in love, but the way that I have tried to suffice myself and pacify myself because I'm not with that partner anymore. It's missing. I do try to make up for it with alcohol. Like it just does something calm me. It does something for me. It calms me. It helps me not to think. It helps me not to deal. And then of course I get a little happy and I'm feeling good. Not quite as good as the dopamine of being in love with this person had me feeling, but it does it. Oh my gosh. This was such a journey. What's love got to do with it? Another part of Auntie Tina, because when I looked up these lyrics, I just started calling her Auntie Tina. She will forever be Auntie Tina to me now. There were so many aspects of the lyrics that were just so mind blowing. I encourage you guys to look up those lyrics because it was something else. I'm trying to think without stuttering too much and passing the time away, but she got to telling people, the significant other, as if she was talking to somebody. If you look at me and I'm looking confused and I'm dazed, don't get it twisted, because it's just a feeling. What's love got to do with it? What's love? She said, if I'm not mistaken, but a single old-fashioned notion. It's just a notion. Again, going back to it ain't even real. Oh my gosh. We're going to get ready to wrap this thing up, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. Maybe next week or another time we can hit the part 2 of the What's Love Got to Do with It and go into the when love has everything to do with it. When love makes you stay. When love makes you be protective. And the opposite end of the madness. This was so enlightening for me. One thing I wanted to mention. Well, another thing I wanted to mention. I thought about that book called the Bible. It said, and I'm not sure why this is coming to me, but I'm just going to go with it. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. I think that's the the other part of love. That you can love so much to where you give something that is so precious, that you give your life because it's that important. Oh, I could talk. If I was to continue, I will go into another topic that I definitely want to talk about. Um, when you giving your all, where does it leave your heart bank? Are you empty? Are you depleted? Do you have enough in your spiritual heart bank to not go emotionally and spiritually bankrupt? Because I tell y'all now, this detachment, it almost broke me. And it is not the first time that has happened to me because I'm so attached. I give my all when it comes to that thing that we call love. So that's why I'm feeling like, man, fuck love. My final thoughts. Love is complicated. And because it's complicated, that makes life complicated. And in order to survive love, in order to survive life, we need to do everything we possibly can to simplify things and make it peaceful. Stay simple as long as possible, as much as possible. I am your host, Galaxy Venus. This is the Sensual Eccentric podcast, and you are tuning in to the Intellectual Soapbox. I will see you guys hopefully next week. Same time, same place. One love, much love, all the time. Mwah.
Understand me. Decide what you want, and then I will make it real indeed. Don't say time to go. No, I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feelings when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit.